starting off with our next topic of kinematics. So previously we have discussed about the difference in scalars and vector quantities. Then we have discussed speed, velocity, instantaneous speed, average speed, acceleration, gradient, graphs of motion, graphs of speed, graphs of acceleration, speed time graph, distance time graph, how to calculate area, displacement, distance कैसे graphs देख लिए थे, increasing, decreasing slopes, और वो सारा हमने डिस्कस किया था. Now the next topic that we are moving on to is known as free fall. Free fall क्या होती है? मैं कहता हूँ आप जहाज पे जा रहे थे बगैर पैराशूट के गिर गए. You jumped from an aeroplane and you're falling, and you're not just falling, you're falling with an increasing speed. Your speed is increasing as you're falling, and you're not slowing down. You keep on increasing and increasing and increasing until and unless your acceleration becomes constant, which is 10. Why are you falling? Due to gravity. What is pulling you? What caused you to fall? What is causing you to falling continuously? What is causing you to just keep on falling and falling? That is the gravity. And gravity is your acceleration during free fall. And acceleration is equal to 10 meter per second or 9.81 meter per second to be specific, which is equal to gravity. That is what is causing free fall. The acceleration, the autonomous or the spontaneous acceleration being produced by the gravitational force is causing the free fall, and you just keep falling and not just falling, but your speed is increasing as well because there's acceleration. Acceleration is change in speed, and your speed is increasing constantly, but it is increasing with a constant rate because the acceleration is constant, but yes, it is present. ये क्या होती है? This is free fall. So what is free fall? A uniformly accelerated motion. Just look at these three words. It's uniform, but it is accelerated, and you're moving. So free fall is a motion with no acceleration other than provided by the gravity. Acceleration doesn't increase. The acceleration remains 10, or to be more specific in A levels, 9.81 meter per second square. And what is happening? Free fall is a motion with no acceleration other than provided by gravity. In other words, a free falling object is an object which is falling under the sole influence of gravity. No other reason. Nobody pushed you. Nobody's pulling you with a magnet. Nobody's applying a force from above. Nobody's applying a force from rightwards, leftwards, downwards. The only force is gravity, gravitational force. And what is acting along with gravity? Your weight. And what is being influenced on the weight? The acceleration by the gravity, which is 9.81, remains constant. So any object which is being acted upon only by the force of gravity is said to be in a state of free fall. Any object which is only being acted only by one force is gravity, and that we call as the free fall. Any object which is moving and being acted upon by the force of gravity is said to be in a state of free fall. All objects fall freely at gravity of 10 meter per second square. When near the Earth, air resistance is negligible. Right now, we're not talking about the air resistance. The speed of a falling free body increases by 9.81 meter per second. Acceleration क्या होती है? Rate of change of velocity per unit time. If my acceleration is 9.8, which is the gravity, gravity be 9.8, acceleration is also equal to the gravity, which is 9.8 meter per second square. What does 9.8 acceleration mean? That 9.8 velocity changes every second. If I say the car's acceleration is 15 meter per second square, what is the meaning? The meaning is that the car is changing its velocity by 15 every second. Every second the car's speed increases by 15. इसका क्या मतलब है? The car's acceleration is 15. Speed क्या है? Speed increases by 15 every second. So if the speed of the free fall body increases by 9 meter per second every second, or when a body is thrown up, its speed decreases by 9.8 meter per second every second. वो कहते हैं if we throw an object downwards, its speed would increase. If we throw an object upwards, its speed would decrease by 9.8, increase by 9.8, and decrease by 9.8 as well. Although the acceleration due to gravity is considered constant, it tends to vary slightly over the Earth since the Earth is not a perfect sphere. तो वो थोड़ी बहुत gravity vary करती है slightly because obviously we don't have a flat Earth. It's round, it's not a perfect sphere. If we look at some examples of free fall, A spacecraft in space with its rockets off, for example, in a continuous orbit or going up for some minutes and then down, or the moon orbiting around the Earth, it's constant. Examples of object not in free fall. For example, standing on the ground, you're not falling. The gravitation acceleration is counteracted by the normal force from the ground. वो आपका weight भी होता है वहां पे तो. Or flying horizontally in a plane, the wings lift is also providing an acceleration. अगर आप fly कर रहे हैं horizontally, वहां पे the only force is not gravity. There's air resistance as well, a second force. Then there's a third force as well, drag force. Then there's a fourth force as well, which is a lift force. When does free fall takes place? When you only have one force, and the name of that force is gravitational force.